Welcome back to another round of Playing the Wizards with myself, Pallando versus Gandalf. And okay, we're back here on Pallando's team's turn. Untap. I was looking at the video from the previous matches and rounds, I should say, and I realized that I've been applying Shelob's buff to the wolves sometimes, even though it's really only supposed to be for spiders and animals, not the wolves. And I think I even applied I may have applied the Wake of War, Doors of Night additional buff to spider attacks when it's really only supposed to go to wolves. I don't know that it made a difference, but I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful, especially since Gandalf's team is trailing. I will try not to disadvantage them further by applying extra buffs to the hazards that they go up against. Yeah, I hope I didn't. I hope it didn't make a difference. It didn't make a difference in the roll with Sam. I did check that. So, but yeah, I don't think it did anyway. So, I'll try and be more careful. It's the best I can do. But yes, Pallando, Oin, and Keeley are here in Dale. And these guys are at Orver Hollow, and we need to get them back to a haven as quickly as possible to get them healed up. So that's what we'll do. I guess I could, well, let's see. So we've got 16, we're using 16 of our influence. I need to pull the Men of Dale. They need a roll of 7. I've currently got Pallando. Yeah, he can't really miss. Even if I put Keeley under him, though, he still has, what, 4, 5, 6? So, yeah, unless he gets a critical fail, he can't miss with the Men of Dale. That's another thing I have to keep reminding myself. Even when the rolls are a sure thing, I still need to roll anyway because of our new critical fail rule, which I like, but I just have to get into the habit of it. So, yes, they'll be staying in Dale, and this company will be moving to Lorien. Okay, and I think the company that's moving, I'll have them go first. So we're moving from Orver Hollow to Lorien, the site path. We're leaving out of a ruin and lair where the site path is wilderness. Borderlands, or I guess in reverse, Shadowlands, Borderlands, Wilderness, and their destination is a haven. We draw 2, our opponent draws 2. Noble Hound, okay. And another Valiant Sword, excellent. Need to discard the Hazard Long Events. Sorry about that. Okay. And then over here, 2 Ghouls. And Gildor, okay. Very nice, okay. So, let's see. They have a hazard limit of 4, and I have 4 hazards in my hand. The moon is dead, is still in play. So that means that, and they're moving through a Shadowland, so either one of these hazards could be played. I will, these 2 hazards, the Barrow White and the Corpse Candle, force corruption checks, so I might put the Lure of Nature on someone first. I suppose it makes the most sense to put that on to Gloin. So there we go. And then let's soften them up, such as it is, with a attack of ghouls. So that's 6 strikes of 8. Okay. Okay, 6 strikes of 8. You know, the argument for going with Pallando's team first, though, would have been that maybe I could have played Marvel's Told on The Moon is Dead. Oh well, okay. Okay, 6 of 8. And let's see. We may as well tap. Okay. And then the additional 2 strikes, I think, will be placed on who? Throin is going to be rolling 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 to beat 8. So we could bring that down to 2 to beat 8. It'd be nice to get Throin out. I mean, we could also focus down Bifur, but he's really not as important. Yes, I think we'll do that. We'll put the extra strikes on Throin. Okay, so Throin has 2 to beat 8. And there's nothing we can really do other than just hope for the best here. Okay, 2 plus 5 is 7, so Throin is wounded. All right, Gloin has 8 to beat 8. All right, 7, so he beats his. Nori has, what was it? I tapped Nori, yeah. Nori has 5 to beat 8. Okay, 8, he beats his, and Bifur has 3 to beat 8. 10, okay, and then I do a body check for Throin. Oh, Lord. Oh, 11. Yikes. Okay. Throin is dead. And the fellowship is broken. Oof. Oh, man. All right. Oof. That's painful. And then, so that's 2 of 4 hazards. And then we can do Barrow White. That's 2 strikes of 13. Wounded characters make a corruption check. 2 strikes of 13. Well, the opponent gets to choose where they go. So he's going to do Bifur and Gloin. Okay? Boy, this is rough. Gloin. Man, Throin. Okay, Gloin has 7 to beat 13. 7 plus 6 is 13. Okay, it's ineffectual. And then Bifur has 2 to beat 13. Oof. Four. Okay, so he's wounded, and now his body check is with a -1 modifier. He rolls a 5. Okay, so he survives the body check, but now he has to do a corruption check, modified by -2. He has a -1 modifier, so 3 or 2, he's out. All right, and he rolls a 9. Okay. Whew. Okay. And then finally, Corpse Scandal. 1 strike. If the attack isn't canceled, every character makes a corruption check. Okay, so that's 1 strike of 7 becomes 2 strikes of 8. Okay, and the opponent will choose to put those on. Let's say Gloin and Bifur again. Okay. Okay, 2 strikes of 8. And then we'll do the corruption checks afterwards. Okay, so Gloin. Gloin has 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, so he beats his. And then Bifur has 2. 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay, so we beat the corpse candle. Okay, but and Moon of Dead is out. Whew. But we have to make the corruption checks. Okay, so everyone makes a corruption check. Let's do Gloin first. What does it say? Is it modified? Everyone makes a corruption check. No, just a corruption check. Okay, so Gloin has 4 corruption points. He rolls a 6. Okay, he passes. Nori. 6. Biffer. 7. Okay. Okay, and that's it. They made it back to Lorien. -1. -1 Thorin. Wow, that is a hit. Man, Thorin's great. I really like Thorin. Okay. And we've arrived. And we discard. Okay. I like all these. I do like all of these. But something's got to go. I'm having trouble playing this Flies and Spiders. It's good, but I'm just having trouble playing it. So that's out. And then, yeah, maybe Fellwinter is out too. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay, and we draw up to 9. Stirring Bones and Ghosts. Okay. And now Pallando's team. They are going to stay here. I could play Marvel's Told. What would I use? Yeah, but that would mean I need to tap Pallando. And I want to keep Pallando untapped so he can pull the Men of Dale. Man. Playable at any tapped or untapped. Yes, but the person pulling the ally still has to remain untapped. And I don't have a way to untap, do I? No. Okay. Okay. We are going to stay put. So nobody draws, but my opponent can play something if they choose. They don't have anything to play, so we're done here with their movement hazard phase. So now we're at the side phase. Gloin's team, Gloin's company has nothing to do, really. And so Pallando will tap Dale to attempt to play the Men of Dale. 5 plus 6 is more than enough to pull them. Okay, and we are at the end of turn phase, and we can discard 1 and draw up to 8. Oh my gosh. Okay, still reeling. I don't see anything here we necessarily need to discard, but let's draw up to 9. I mean, did I say 8? 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And over here. Okay. Who do I prefer? We've got a Ranger Sage. That's excellent. We've got a Warrior Ranger here. He has better prowess. I mean, we could have both, honestly. We're heading into our turn. We're not going to discard anything. Okay. Okay. Now we're at this team's turn, and we can untap. We're at the Old Forest, and so now we need to decide what we're going to do. Oh, wait, we're untap. Okay. And then, how do we want to shuffle anyone around? I'm okay with the way we are at the moment. I think I'm going to bring Gildor in at Rivendell. He may just sit there. So, but we definitely have the unused general influence to do that, with plenty to spare. And then I believe we can either get the ring or we can get the Palantíri. I think we get the ring first. So where's a site nearby that is a good place to get a ring? There's Goblin Gate, the Gladden Fields. The brown ones are awfully far away. Moria's always a choice, and the Eriadoran Coast. The Eriadoran Coast is actually quite close. And since they've conveniently gotten rid of the Moon is Dead for us, that might be the place to go. Why don't we go there while the Moon of Dead is not in play? Okay, we're going to do that. So, 2 companies, Gildor staying put, Gandalf and friends are moving to the Isles of the Dead that Live. And the site path from the Old Forest is Cardolan, Eriadoran Coast. So we're talking leaving out of a Borderlands, Wilderness, Coastal, and we're heading to a Ruin and Lair. We draw 1, our opponent draws 2. Lure of Creation. Byronax at home. What does this do when he's at home? The hazard limit against the company facing 1 or more animal hazards increased by 1. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's 1. And Burden of Time. Okay. All right. Their hazard limit is 4, and they are moving through Wilderness Coastal to a Ruin and Lair. Okay. Let's play Byronax at home. So that means 1 or more hazard is increased by. So the hazard limit, when you play an animal hazard, it basically doesn't count against the hazard limit. And then, okay, we could play Wake of War, but we can only play these Wolves Key to the Wilderness, and they are going to certainly, so Goldberry can tap to cancel any effect that would return. Alternatively, she can tap to cancel 1 attack keyed to Wilderness. Okay. So we can't really get them with the Wolves, which means it doesn't make sense to play Wake of War. So we're just going to play Burden of Time. An elf, when he's not he makes a corruption check during the untap phase when he's not at a haven. All right, well, let's put that on Glorfindel. Burden of Time. And then that's all we have for them, so... And we arrived. Fantastic. Discard Old Forest. We're at the Isles of the Dead that Live. And there's a 2 strikes of 8 hazard. So, to enter the site, automatic attack, I should say. So, who do I want to pull this ring? I don't really want it to be Glorfindel, actually. I want it to be Bilbo, I think. Okay, so Gandalf and... or let's say Boromir. Boromir and Glorfindel are tapping to face the strike. Strikes, okay. And it's 8. He rolls a 7. Boromir 6. He rolls a 4. So they defeat the strikes. And then Bilbo is tapping to play the Fair Gold Ring. And Gandalf will tap to test it immediately. He rolls a 6. All right, so we can replace it with a magic ring. And we have the magic ring of lore. Fantastic. Okay. So, I may pass Bilbo's lesser ring. I want to put the Palantíri in his hands, and he'll be able to use it with that. He's already a sage, so the magic ring of lore enables him to be able to use a Palantíri. And so, if I get him the Palantíri a Numenas, then he'll be able to use it. And the ability that that gives you is that it allows you to search your play deck and discard for a Sage only card, and then shuffle it into the play deck. Not the hand, but the play deck. Right? Put this card, oh no, in your hand. Okay, fantastic. So we can we could look for ring lore, and then that will help us pull this card. So that's going to be very handy. That's a great pull. Okay, fantastic. And now we're at the end of turn phase. We can discard one and draw up to... Oh, wait. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do Gildor's movement hazard phase. Okay. Sorry about that. There's nothing that they would have done anyway because they couldn't draw. So Gildor just sat there and nobody did anything about it. Okay, so in his sight phase, he does nothing. So, whoops. Okay. So, yes, now we can discard one and draw. I don't know that we'll discard anything, though. We'll just draw. Okay. Ring lore. Awesome. And the magic ring of stealth. Oh, very good. Now we just need to find another ring. Do we have... There aren't any rings in my sideboard, are there? No. I mean, there are these magic rings, but there's not any. All the ring items are in the deck. And we've seen, how many of them? I guess I can look here. We've seen 3 so far, so I believe there's 2 more in this play deck here. We've got time. We need to go pick up this Palantíri, which is what we'll do. Okay. We've got things to do here. Mostly we need to just heal up. And maybe find some new party members. That wouldn't be the worst thing. I wouldn't mind finding another party member. Nobody can really replace Throin. Okay. I'm trying to remember what other characters I have in here. Okay. I don't think we're going to be able to play a Fellowship this time. They're just going to heal up. We may just stay in Lorien for 2 turns. Okay, so I'm not discarding anything, and this is the end of the round.